Okay, have a look at this sentence, guys. Let's talk about a movie. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Pulp Fiction, Vincent Vega, who is he played by? John Travolta, yeah. In this Pulp Fiction, Vincent Vega takes Mia Wallace out on a date. But he says it's not a date. Okay? Here I'm talking about a movie, yeah? I'm describing events in a narrative of a novel or a movie. Here, Vincent Vega takes Mia Wallace on a date, but he says it's not a date. What am I using? I'm using the present simple. But am I talking about the present or the past?
The past.
I'm using the present simple, takes, says, but I'm talking about the past. What kind of past is it? Events in the narrative of a novel or a movie. Events in the narrative of a novel or movie. So this is special, okay? I'm talking about special uses of tenses. So this is a special use of the present simple. Not the normal use, but special. May I continue? Yep. Okay. Did John Travolta win the Oscar for the performance of Vincent Vega? He didn't, but he was nominated. Okay. Have a look at this. It's May 1940. Winston Churchill must decide whether to negotiate with Hitler or fight. He's facing lots of difficulties. Here, what is the tense that I'm using? What is this? Present simple. Well, must decide again. Yeah. Must decide. This is a modal, but again, referring to the present. Fight. He's facing. Present continuous. Present simple, present continuous. Present simple, present continuous. However, am I talking about the present or am I talking about the past? I'm talking about the past. So this is the so-called historical present. This is the historical present. You can use the historical present to talk about the past, to create a sense of immediacy. Yeah, it creates a sense of immediacy. Can you use the past? Yes, it was main. Oh, actually, it was not 1904. Yeah, it was 1940. Yeah. So you create a sense of immediacy. Yeah, sense of immediacy. You create a sense of immediacy. So you use the present simple to talk about historical events. So historical presence. So it brings it closer to the reader. It creates an effect of being close to you, even though it belongs to the past. So again, special use of the present simple. So far so good? May I continue? Okay. Okay, I'm going to tell you an anecdote. So I'm reading a book. So I'm reading a book. At this coffee shop. I don't know why I'm using sort of American accent. So I'm reading a book at this coffee shop. And a guy comes to me. And I'm like, oh. And I'm like, oh, he's hot. The first thing that came to my mind. So I'm reading a book at this coffee shop, and the guy comes to me, and I'm like, oh my god, he's hot. Okay, again, tenses here, this is informal, yeah? Tenses here, I'm reading, present simple. A guy comes to me, and I'm like, he's hot. Again, present tenses, present simple, present continuous. What am I doing here? What am I telling? Telling an anecdote. So when you're telling an anecdote in English, you can also use present tenses. And what is the effect? You just saw it before. Remember the mother talking in the annoying situation when the baby was crying? She was telling an anecdote. And what was the effect? Sorry? Emphasizing, or what did we exactly say before?
More dramatic.
Dramatic effect. So when you're telling an anecdote, if you use the present simple or present continuous, you can be more dramatic using the present simple or continuous. Even though this is an anecdote that belongs to the past. I'm reading a book at this coffee shop, yeah, and a guy comes to me. You can also say this guy. And this guy comes to me, and I'm like, oh my god. So, telling an anecdote, dramatic effect, present tenses. Again, special use of the present. Yeah? Special use of the present for dramatic effect. So far, so good?
So far, so good.
Alright. Again, could you tell the anecdote using the past? Yes, you could, but you wouldn't have the dramatic effect. Yeah? Alright, more. Have a look at this. He demanded, or he demands, he demands that, let's say demanded, he demanded that she represented the company. This is a formal, yeah, this is formal use. He demanded that she represented the company. This is okay, yeah? This sentence is okay. You can say things like he demanded, he advised, he proposed, etc. He insisted, he required. Yep. Another thing that you could say, it is crucial, yeah? It's crucial, it's essential, it's imperative. This is very formal. It's crucial, it's essential, it's imperative. More examples in the book. That, okay, that's the same that is here. That, you could say, she represents the company, you could say. She represents the company. Okay, these sentences are correct. And these sentences are very formal. He demanded that she represented the company. It is crucial that she represents the company. Correct and correct. However, there is something special that you can do. I have to teach it, even though this is too formal and many people wouldn't use it on a daily basis. You can also say, he proposed that she represent the company. It is crucial that she, look at this, represent the company. What is that? What does that represent? That is an infinitive without to. When you see this, what is your instinct telling you? Your instinct is telling you that this is wrong. However, this is correct. This is very formal and old-fashioned. This is very formal and old-fashioned. So in this kind of constructions, he demanded that, he proposed that, he required that, she represent the company. This is called present subjunctive. Present subjunctive. Actually, you don't need it on your everyday life, but just for you to know that it exists. The present subjunctive exists in English, and you can use an infinitive without to in this kind of sentences. He proposed that she represent the company. It is crucial that she represent the company. Even though your instinct is telling you this is wrong, you need the third person. S, this is wrong, you need ed, it's in the past. Special. Today it's about special, special uses. So far so good?
Sorry, the correct form is represent and represent.
The correct form is represent and represent.
Demanded.
Because it's present subjunctive and it is special.
But in the past, when he demanded, he advised.
This is past and this is present. This is present and this is past. This is past and this is present. But anyway, you can use the present subjunctive for everything. And it's considered correct, very formal, and old-fashioned. But if you see it, you cannot say it's wrong. It's actually very, very correct. Very correct.
And if you write the S?
Here, it will be okay, but less formal. Not, well, it would still be formal, but not as formal as this. This is super formal. Super formal. So far so good?
Yes.
Super formal constructions, they're called the present subjunctive. Present subjunctive. Okay, now let's talk about the past. Let's talk about the past. Now, this is your question from before, Jose. Have a look at these two sentences, everybody. It's time to talk to her. It's time you talk to her. Okay, it's time you talk to her. It's time you talked to her. It's time. Talked. Past. Special. Is there any difference in meaning between those two? Oh, come on, it's time you talk to her. It's time you talk to her.
I think the second one is more polite, and the first one is like a command, or something you demand to do that.
Any other ideas?
I think that the first one is something that you can do now, but the second one is about the future, or
Hypothetical future, this is what we said before, right? So you should have already talked to her. Here what we are implying is that you should have. You should have already talked to her, but you still haven't done it. It's time you talk to her. This one, I would translate it in Spanish as ya era hora o ya va siendo hora. Yeah, something like that. It's time you talk to her because it's together with the past. This one, to be honest with you, sounds a little bit weird to me. I don't like it. I would say something like, it's time to talk. It's time to talk to her. That sounds better to me. It's time to talk to her. So what is the meaning in the first one? Now, do it now. Yeah, right now, do it. Do it right now. Yeah, it's time to talk to her. Do it right now, like an imperative. Yeah, actually, to have here the subject here, I don't like it. I don't like it. My instinct is telling me no. So, whenever you use expressions like it's time you talk to her, ya era hora, ya va siendo hora. What is this? Past. Special use of the past. To make it more intense, make it more intense, it's high time. Another possibility to make it more intense, it's about time. Yeah? And something else which is optional, that. Optional. Optional. Like homework. Optional. It's high time you talk to her. It's about time you talk to her. More emphasis. Yeah? More emphasis. But again, you use the past and you're referring to what? You're referring to a future meaning. Yeah? Past with a future meaning. With a future meaning. This is past. Yes. But it's like you should have already talked to her. You should talk to her in the future, a desirable future. Like this. Do you understand, guys? So here, what is this? The past. But what am I referring to? The future. Desirable future. Something I wish that you would do. So far, so good? It's high time you told me. So far, so good. I'm joking. Okay, next. Okay. Okay, have a look at this. She'd rather you talk to her. I'd rather you didn't tell me what to do. Okay. This is a little bit weird, yeah? Have a look at this. She'd rather you talk to her. I'd rather you don't tell me what to do. To me, this sounds a little bit weird. What is the best way to express this? With the past. So, she'd rather you talk to her. I'd rather you didn't tell me what to do. Yeah, now it sounds right. She'd rather you talk to her. Past. I'd rather you didn't tell me what to do. Past. However, what am I doing with the use of past here in constructions like she'd rather, I'd rather? Am I talking about the past or am I talking about the future? Future. Again, this is a future meaning. Yeah. What kind of future? A desirable future. So I wish you talk. She wished you talked to her. I wish that you didn't tell me what to do. So I imagine a future, a perfect future in which you don't do these things. But I'm using the past. Yeah? Desirable. Yeah? Desirable future. Desirable future, or you can also use it as a polite request. It's a polite request. I'd rather you talk to her. I'd rather you didn't tell me what to do. What is a more direct way of saying this? Not polite. This is super polite, yeah? Polite request. This is a very polite request, yeah? I'd rather you didn't tell me what to do. Very polite request, or desirable future. Desirable future. And I'm using the past. A more direct way to say it? Full sentence, please, Patricia.
Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. So if you want to be direct, use the imperative. What is this? Imperative, present. But if you want to be very polite, talking about a desirable future, I'd rather you didn't tell me what to do. Special use of the past, referring to a desirable future. Referring to a polite request or desirable future. Do you understand, guys? So far, so good? Don't tell me what to do! Oh, I'd rather you didn't tell me what to do. Yeah? Sounds much softer, much more polite. Okay, next. Okay, he was giving me orders, translation now. He was giving me orders, I'll give it to you in Spanish. He was giving me orders, como si yo fuera su empleado o algo así, ¿sabes? He was giving me orders.
Like if I was.
Alright, not bad, not bad. Change like for as.
As if I was.
Give me the full sentence, please.
I don't remember. Employee.
As if I was his employee or something. As if I was his employee or something. Okay, I'll give you another one.
Sorry.
Yeah?
Can we use also the plural if I were?
Yes, you can. Like the second conditional, yeah? As if I were his employee or something. Okay? I'll give you another one. He was giving me orders. My boss was giving me orders all the time. I'm thinking of the Spanish version. Como si él mandara o algo, ¿sabes? How would you say that in English? You know that instead of as if, you can also use as though. And it's the same meaning. As if and as though. As if he ruled the place or something, yeah? As if he ruled the place or something. Again, have a look at this. What is this? Past. What is this? Past. So, expressions such as if, as though, in Spanish would be something like como si, something like that. As if, as though. Then, after that, as if I was. Here, we're missing something here, guys. The subject. Okay, let me change it. As if I, yeah? As if I was his employee or something. Here we have the subject, yeah? He. What is the other one? The substitute for as if?
No,
As though, yeah? As though he ruled the place or something. So I repeat, we can use the construction as if or as though. They are interchangeable. Then after that, what is this? The subject, and then after that, the past. So, as if, as though, subject, and then the past. Again, we're using the past, and what is the effect? Like a comparison, yeah? A comparison, how the situation feels, yeah? The situation feels like a comparison, yeah? How the situation feels, yeah? How the situation feels. Sort of a comparison, yeah? Sort of a comparison. Comparison. Translation in Spanish, como si, yeah? Como si. As if I was his employee or something. As though he ruled the place or something. In Spanish, this is a subjunctive, right? Mandara, yeah? Fuera. So this is a subjunctive in Spanish, yeah? In English, it's past. It's a special use of the past to make a comparison with as if, as though. Yeah? Okay, next. Okay, I'm gonna give you a sentence and you make it more polite for me. I'm wondering I'm wondering if you can help me. I'm wondering if you can help me. A. B. Certainly. Certainly. What do you need? Is this correct or incorrect English? I'm wondering if you can help me. Certainly. What do you need? Does it sound bad to you? Incorrect? Or does it sound okay to you? This is okay. This is okay. This English is fine. Correct.
But it can be better.
Not better, but more polite. How can you make it more polite?
Really fast.
Okay, so give it to me more polite.
I was wondering if you can help. If you could, yeah.
I was wondering if you could help me. Certainly. What do you need?
What would you need?
Would, but give it to me in the past.
What did you need?
Certainly. What did you need? Normally, you're not used to this, but if you say, what did you need to a customer? What did you need? It's more polite than what do you need. What do you need is more direct. What did you need? In Spanish is quite kind of the same. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quería? ¿Qué quería? It's the same, right? Yes or no? Don't you say that? When people say something, ¿qué quieres? ¿Qué quería? That sounds more polite. It's the same. What do you need? What did you need? More polite. So again, special use of the past to be less direct or more polite. Yeah? I was wondering if you could help me. Yeah? Much more polite. Yeah? So special use of the past to be more polite or less direct. Okay. More special tenses. All right. Let me see this. Okay. I'm gonna give you direct speech here. Direct speech, and then you report it to me. I don't speak English. I don't speak English. I don't speak English. I haven't done anything. Imagine that the police arrested somebody and that person said, I don't speak English, I haven't done anything. Well, you're speaking English right now. I haven't done anything. Maybe he only knows these sentences. I don't speak English, I haven't done anything. Oh, imagine. Yeah, in any country. And then you have to report it. Report it. Reported speech. Can you give it to me in reported speech?
He didn't speak English.
Anybody? Volunteer? Reported speech, please.
He said that he didn't.
Very good. Full. He said that.
He didn't speak English, or spoke. I don't know. Speak.
Didn't speak.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. And that he
hadn't
Hadn't
done
done.
anything.
Had not.
Hadn't.
Had not.
So normally, this is what you learn at school. At school, you learn reported speech, and this reported speech is perfect. So the present, don't speak, becomes
He didn't speak.
didn't speak. Yeah, and present perfect, for example, haven't done, becomes
Hadn't.
hadn't done. They go one step back to the past when you report. This is the classic. This is the classic reported speech. But there's something special that we can do with English. You know what it is? Imagine that you are. This is the classic reported speech, and it happens. It happens when you are reporting after some time. You know. After some time, maybe one day later, 1 hour later. But if you are reporting at the same time, imagine that you are with the police. I don't speak English, I haven't done anything. Okay, report it. And you report at the same moment, right after the person. What would you say? Immediate. Let's call it immediate. Immediate reported speech. Imagine that you're in this situation. I don't speak English, I haven't done anything. Okay, what is he saying? Translate right now. Okay, he.
He's saying,
Very good. He's saying that.
he doesn't speak.
He's saying that he doesn't speak English. And come on, translate it right now.
And he's not,
And he
Hasn't,
give it to me full, Leon.
and that he hasn't done anything.
And then he hasn't done anything. So this is the immediate reported speech, not the classic one. And this is also correct. So when you're reporting, but not after some time, but at the same time, or maybe 5 seconds, 1 second later, what do you say? Instead of he says, he's saying. Instead of the past, he didn't speak. The present doesn't speak. Instead of hadn't done, you use the same. Hasn't done. So this is called the immediate reported speech. Shortly after. You can call it shortly after. Shortly after. Very shortly after, just a few seconds later. So far so good? Okay. You could also say here, he says. Yeah? He says. He says or he's saying. Yeah? We're about to finish very soon. Reported speech. Okay. This one is difficult now. I would like you to explore the difference. Yeah? Lisa told me, this is again reported speech, that they are hiring at the moment. They are or they were, yeah? It's okay. Hiring. Hiring at the moment. So this is the usual way to begin the reported speech. Lisa told me that blah 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 blah. There's another way, which is Lisa was telling me, and this is special. Yeah, the special use, special. The special use would be Lisa was telling me. Lisa was telling me that, and then the same. They are hiring at the moment. So the normal way for reported speech is Lisa told me. The special one, Lisa was telling me. This is the past continuous. Is there any difference in meaning between those two options? I'm all ears.
Perhaps the first one is before the second one. I mean, the second one is more recent than the first one.
In the previous example, yes, that was more recent reported speech, shortly after. Here, the timing is the same. 1 day later, you say it. Lisa told me yesterday. Lisa told me yesterday.
But this is a point in the past. The second one is a kind of it's a progressive thing. Lisa told me 1 point in the timeline, and the other is a kind of you continue.
Still.
It's actually in progress.
Yeah.
Let's say a continuous.
Yeah, you're getting close. It came up in the middle of the conversation. So the difference, this is very advanced, but the difference is that Lisa told me that they were hiring. Lisa told me something very specific. Lisa told me something which is very concrete, that they were hiring. Lisa was telling me that they were hiring me. It means Lisa was telling me a lot of things. And one of them, it came up in the conversation, she was telling me that they were hiring. Do you see the difference? This is less direct, this is less factual. less direct, you can call it less factual. Here, you are reporting something very specific. She told me this. Here, Lisa was telling me many things, and one of them, it came up in the middle of conversation, that they're hiring. But she was telling me many other things in the conversation. That is the difference. So, classic reported speech. Lisa told me. Special reported speech. Lisa was telling me many, many things, and this is one of them. So far, so good? Special, yeah? Special. And the last one, fixed expressions. Some fixed expressions to teach you. Okay. Some fixed expressions are I hear, I gather, I see, I understand. I hear, I gather, I see, I understand. That, and then a clause. And then a clause. For example, you're making some progress. Yeah? You're making some progress. Okay, this is called a fixed expression. Yeah? Fixed expression with the present. Yeah? Present simple. Yeah? Fixed expressions. Fixed expressions with the present simple. I hear that you're making some progress. I gather that you're making some. I see that you're making some progress. I understand that you're making some progress. Normally, the normal use would be I heard. Yeah, somebody told me. Yeah, somebody told me. I heard that you're making some progress. But a fixed special use. You can also do it just with the present. I hear that you're making some progress. I see that you're making some progress. Fixed expressions with the present simple. That's the end of today's explanation. Just like that, memorize them. Like the multiplication tables.